All right, my darlings, before we go in to meet Robert, it is very important that we understand his 3 rules. Number 1, upon meeting Robert, kindly introduce yourself. Number 2, ask permission for his photo. And number 3, out of respect, say thank you to Robert. All right, my darlings, come on in. He's only been waiting 114 years to meet you. And tonight is the night. Welcome, darling.
There he is.
All right, my dears, here he is. Everyone, say hello to Robert.
Hello, Robert.
When Robert was first brought into the East Martello, the groundskeeper was out patrolling the grounds when all of a sudden all the lights turned on, which is no way humanly possible because there are 4 fuse boxes and you would have to flip the switches all at once. Robert did it. The first curator brought Robert in here and she put Robert up against the wall. Robert did not like that, nor did he like her. One day she was busy punching out her time card. She felt a swift kick on her booty, and as she turned, she looked and saw a small child running down the corridor of the East Martello, dressed in a sailor's suit. Robert did it. She screamed and ran out, never to return. Over here we have letters from people just like you from all over the world who have come to visit Robert. Upon the time of their leaving, they felt that misfortune had befallen upon them and that they had disrespected Robert in some sort of way. There is our address in case you feel the need to write us such a letter. Now, my darlings, do remember he's only been waiting 114 years to meet you, and tonight is the night. And look, he's smiling. See how happy Robert is that you all came out tonight to meet him. Gets really lonely sometimes, right, Robert? Thank goodness he has little baby Leo with him all the time.
Do you always have that dog?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, so people think it's a little dog, but it's actually a little lion, but he's also 114 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah, and so thank goodness or else he would be so lonely. If anyone has any questions about Robert, please feel free to ask.
Hi, Robert. Can I take your picture?
No.
Thank you.
Oh, you weren't playing, I'm playing.
She was going, that's right.
You heard her.
Look at, and he's so happy.
Robert has rules.
Oh, really?
Well, I made sure the rules 1 and 3 are covered, so all you have to do is ask permission if you'd like a photo with him.
Snap pictures.
Only do what you feel comfortable doing. That's all that matters. You all made it out here tonight. You all made it inside tonight. And there he is. Yeah? He is. He loves beautiful ladies. Yeah. Look at that big smile. Mm-hmm.
You introduce yourself to
Hello, Robert. What? That's like a proclamation for his 101st
It's
birthday.
actually a birthday,
Birthday card.
yeah, from George W. Bush, and that one's from his brother Jeff. This first one is from George W. Yeah, for his 101st birthday.
My life is tough enough since you really happy.
Crazy.
All right, my darlings, I'd like to draw your attention to this beautiful horse-drawn hearse. This was a common sight in the 1800s and early 1900s. You see, we in Key West, we will dress our deceased in their finest attire, and and parade them around town. Then we take them to their church for a wake. We bring them back home in their casket for one more night's stay at their home. The next day they are greeted at their front door by a percussion ensemble. It is known as the Key West Junkanoo, and they originated in the islands. They start out somber in the morning and break out into a spiritual celebration all the way to the Key West Cemetery. And we still practice this in Key West to this day. Over here we have a tombstone from our Key West Cemetery. This is of Carolyn Lowe. Carolyn Lowe was a Confederate sympathizer in a Union town. And when the Union troops would march past her house, she would wave her Confederate flag, tormenting and taunting them. And when they raided her house, they couldn't find it because Caroline had kept it hidden under her petticoat. As irony would happen, shortly after she passed away, February 15, 1898, in the Havana Harbor, the USS Maine was blown up, triggering the Spanish and American War. So the Union soldiers of Key West decided to take Sweet Caroline's tombstone, a Confederate sympathizer in a Union town, and dedicate it to the fallen Union soldiers of the USS Maine. This is what we call recycling in Key West, folks. Bye-bye, Caroline. And the soldiers of the USS Maine are buried in our Key West Cemetery, and every year we still do a memorial in honor and tribute to them. Now, my darlings, if you're all ready, I'd like to draw your attention to more tombstones from our Key West Cemetery.
Thank you, Robert.
Oh, I ain't playing.
Remember, Robert is not demonic. He has known love his whole entire life. Yes. So he's just simply mischievous. And it all has to do with respect. Like, say for instance, somebody comes in and disrespects them, and then it comes back to that person amplified. So absolutely no worries. I mean, we had one guy one night, he came in, he had little, and he started beating up a little Robert the doll that he had purchased. He sent a letter this long. And then he actually flew in from New York to come apologize. Oh yeah, it was serious, it was going down. But that's what you get. All right, my darlings, we have over 100,000 people buried in our Key West Cemetery, but such little space. So how do we do this? We simply dig up the casket of the ancestor of the recently deceased and bury the newly deceased relative on top. We may have as many as 9 generations in one crypt, tomb, or mausoleum, and we still practice this to this day. Then we simply take the old tombstone of the ancestor and replace it with the recently deceased relative's tombstone. Over here we have a tombstone that was once in our Key West Cemetery. This was of the beautiful Elena Hoyos, until one night her mausoleum was mysteriously blown up. And this was all that we were able to piece together. Over here we have an effigy of the beautiful Elena. May she finally have some peace in the afterlife. And this story of Elena Hoyos is coming up next on the Trolley of the Doom. And there she is, an actual picture of the beautiful Elena. Truly magnificent. Bless you, darling.
Thank you.
All right, my dears, have we all had enough time with Robert?
Yes.
Let's all say goodbye to Robert.
Bye, Robert.
Bye, Robert. And we're going to go back out on the grounds. Now, my dears, do remember, what you do not see with the naked eye, you may be able to capture on camera. Orbs, apparitions, electrical anomalies, truly magnificent. Remember, there are very good spirits also, and people have actually captured their guardian angels on these grounds. All right, my darlings, right this way.